All right. What's up, everybody? Just me. I got all the space here. Sean's gone. Just me. You have to listen to me. You get my takes, the best takes, obviously. So these are comics for July 2nd coming out this week. Was a week, let me tell you. Not a good week, a bad week. You're getting everything in one video because you only need me for one video anyway. You can't stand me for multiple videos. So we're gonna get it all here: the skip-its, the mez, the top couple of the week. But this was a very bad week for comics. I really wasn't impressed with a lot of things coming out this week. There are a couple books that were pretty decent, but by and large, my skip it stack is hefty per usual. But you guys know the stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, blah blah blah. Tell me how right I am in the comments. I appreciate it. I have no hot takes. I'm always correct. So that is nice of you, everyone, telling me how right I am all the time and how wrong Sean is. So I'm going to start with the meh of the week, the and then I'm shocked that this wasn't meh because most of the time that this series has been it's such a thud. Ultimate Absolute Green Lantern #4. Um, I haven't been a fan of this entire series, but this issue promises something, that there is a story that they're trying to tell. It's not just Hal and people in a coffee shop sitting around talking about a giant Green Lantern symbol in the middle of a city. And what are we going to do? And oh no, uh, Dragon Ball Z Abin Sur is just floating and not really sure. But we do get why Abin Sur is there. We do understand where Oa fits into this now. All of a sudden, we're kind of building to something. I'm like, it took 4 issues to get here. I'm like, this should have been an issue 2 thing. And where everyone's going and what the point of this is, and characters you thought were dead, and the whole point of where they're going and the bigger picture. I'm like, okay, I'm with you on this. The art is still terrible, but the story isn't bad. So I'm giving it a meh because, again, not the best, not the worst. You can do much worse this week. Um, but I still feel like there's something there that I'm kind of excited for the next issue now. So that to me is a meh. So not bad. Skip it. Um, all right. This one hurts, but I'm going with Ultimate Wolverine #7. I have really enjoyed this. As far as the Ultimate line has gone with Marvel, I know it's going the way of the dodo. It's going bye bye, but I have appreciated Wolverine the best, and unfortunately now we we've lost everything exciting about Wolverine being the Winter Soldier and him being an absolute killer. And I've really loved that aspect of it. And now we've taken that away from him because he now remembers who he is. And now it's, can I fit into this ragtag team of freedom fighters? I guess is what I describe them as. I just, the rest of this, it's just now he's just moping around and being like, I don't know if I can join this team. I don't know if I'm good enough. I think people are still mad at me and they're still upset and they don't know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, jeez, here we go. Here we go. Back to old mopey, whiny Wolverine and everyone being like, I don't know if he should fit on this team. Can we trust him? I don't know if we can trust him. We may not be able to trust him. I think we can trust him. You think we should trust him? Okay, all right, let's trust him for now, but I don't know. But I still don't like you. It's like, whatever. So that's kind of what it is now. Again, a decent Lucio Perillo cover. The claws look a little dainty, is the way to describe it. And I wouldn't say Lucio was dainty, but the claws seem a little off. But great Lucio cover. Doesn't save it, unfortunately. So this one hurts, but I'm giving it a skip it. The next skip it. I know everyone was looking forward to this. I was too. I was really, really excited for a new Captain America run. Captain America #1. This is Chip Zdarsky on this, and then you hear Chip Zdarsky's name. It's just nothing but red flags. And this number one, it didn't feel like a number one to me. We get kind of two stories in here, and I'm trying to see how they're all going to connect at some point. How this red-haired incel is basically going to try to work alongside Captain America, who has, in this continuity here, this is the first we're kind of seeing him since being thawed out. So he's been in the ice, he's back, and it's kind of that timeline now where he's trying to get back into the world. And I still don't know what year this takes place, because it's just no year USA. So it's okay. I don't know when it's supposed to take place, but then we have it intercut with a red-headed incel who, after September 11th, wants to join the military. And he kind of is supposed to be seen as the same as Steve Rogers, but not, in the fact that, I don't know, I get a lot of anger from this kid. He gets beat up when he's in boot camp, and like everyone just tells him what a horrible person he is, and family tells him he needs to not be in the military. And I don't know, it's a very weird juxtaposition between the two characters. So I don't know where that's going to go, but I'm very terrified of where it's going to go. So like, I hate damning a first issue. I'm going to give it 3, like I always do, but I'm not excited for this. I'm very, very worried about where it's going to go. So I'm not very excited about it. So, but I'm going to give it 3 anyway. But yeah, so I really feel bad giving a skip it to it issue 1, but I don't really like where it's going. Next up, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2, number 2. Still boring as shit. It's Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong number in the first volume. This just as boring and just as pointless. It's not fun. And it's a weird issue in the fact that this starts off with a giant Killer Croc fighting Kong, and that sounds exciting, but then the Justice League don't act like the Justice League with the ramifications from that fight. So I get this is out of continuity and this is a different thing, but still, they didn't seem like they were written like themselves. So it was very, very odd to me. But aside from that first initial fight, this thing is boring as all hell. It's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo jargon, sciencey talk, not unlike the movies, actually, where it's just a lot of boring shit that you're supposed to care about but really don't, because I just want to see giant kaiju monsters fighting. And apparently they don't get that. They don't get the assignment here. So you do not waste your money on this book. $6? Yeah, I don't think so. Next up, no one is shocked by this. I'm not shocked by this at all. Gotham City Sirens, Unfit for Orbit, number 1. Shocking. Garbage. This thing's a piece of shit. These characters are all insufferable. Shocker. They're all really terrible, and I don't know who this is written for. When you're introduced to Poison Ivy and she's just on a bed straddling her girlfriend, and they're just basically eye fucking each other the whole time and wanting to bang the whole time they're on the phone trying to talk, it's just like, okay, I can't. And we're like 3 pages in, and it doesn't get any better from that. It is just them bebopping and scotting all over this fucking book, and I just can't do it. I only have so much. My threshold, it's here. It was sending me to a place I didn't want to go, and everyone knows this. And the fact that anyone is shocked that this book is terrible, shame on you. You know this is bad. It's going to be bad. It will always be bad. The art isn't any better. I don't know who this is for, other than cat women who think they're so hilarious when they sit around in their groups and just drink wine and complain about the world. I don't understand who this is for, but it's not for me. Save your money. Do not read it. um, all right. I had to put this as a skip it. No. All right. Dune, Edge of a. Let's see. Edge of a. Something knife. Look, number one. I don't mind the movies, the new ones. They're pretty good. They're great. Cinematography wise, they're fantastic. Some of the best looking films I have ever seen. You can't take that away from it. The story is the story. It's a lot. And you have to really know the world, know the families, know what they're going about with the spice and the planet and harvesting it and Arrakis, the planet, and Paul Atreides and blah, 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 blah. Okay. But this book, the art is awful. This art it's so ridiculous to the point of I don't even know who's who. I mean, I can't tell the difference between characters at this sometimes. I know the two with the blue eyes. I get that. But everybody else is just drawn with just heavy, heavy ink around them. And they all just like look like bland whites. And like, you know what? I'm not about that life. I couldn't understand what was going on in this book. I can barely follow it anyway when I was watching the movies. It's been a few years. So I was completely, and I was like, okay, maybe it'll get me caught up, or maybe it'll be like, okay, previously on this, or here's this. Nope. Here we go. We're just going after these spice guys and we're blowing stuff up. And it's like, oh God, who are you? What's your name? Why do I care about you? I don't know, but you're not going to get me to care about you in this book. And unfortunately for an issue one, I don't know how far into this is, and I don't know why it's in issue one, and I don't know if it's a continuation, but couldn't do it. Sorry. Oh boy. Love this cover. This hurts. Amazing Spider-Man number 7. Now, I will say this story is terrible, and the villain in this, is it Hellgate? Hellgate. Stupid, but I will say this is not the worst JR art in Spider-Man. I was somewhat shocked when I'm like, okay, he actually maybe kind of tried with this, and I can give him props for that, because previous issues, they've been awful. Like, you couldn't even, it's like, this isn't even a professional artist, right? It's like, no, it's John Romita Jr. You're like, no, it's not. But I do have to say there are some scenes and character. I mean, I'm like, that's actually not a bad page right here, and that's not bad either. Like, he's okay. It's not too blocky. So again, I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, and some of the dialogue is just, oh. So you get this character Hellgate, who he's talking to like a Dungeons and Dragons character with the hitherto undreamt of, thou now shall we go on a quest to the realm of whatever. This character just shows up and just starts. Now he does kill a bunch of thugs, and then Spider-Man's like, you killed these people, and now I'm gonna fight you. You're my mortal enemy. Doesn't bother to ask or try to de-escalate the situation. He just goes straight to kicking this guy's ass, knowing full well he can't fight this guy. And he finds out that he can't fight this guy. He's just this super powerful uber monster man. And it's like, okay, so another character he can't fight, but he'll have to overcome with some special power or the help from somebody else in order to defeat him. Story was not good, but I do have to give credit to JRJR. He actually tried somewhat on this issue. So still a skip it. Love this cover. Cover's fantastic. So if you want to get it for a cover buy, I will not damn you for that. I mean, $5, still a little high, but yeah, this story, I'm not a fan of this villain, but hats off to JRJR for trying on this issue. Marvel Zero. This thing should be worth $0 because it is a free comic book day grab of the reprintings of free comic book day issues. Fuck this book. Shouldn't exist. Marvel, you're assholes for doing this. Don't pay the $7 for this book. It is just reprinted free comic book day issues in here. Save your money. You get these two stories. Do not read them. Save your money. Do not buy that book. Another book you should steer clear from. Shocker, X-Men Hellfire Vigil, #1. Now there is, I will preface this book is terrible. This book is insanely way too long. This book is insanely long. This book is $8. Insane. But there is a fun part in this where Scott Summers does sound kind of based in the fact that he starts talking shit like, what have the X-Men done that's been so great? Why do we deserve this? Why are we treating ourselves like that? I'm like, oh shit, he's actually telling the truth here. He's like, the X-Men haven't earned anything. The X-Men haven't deserved all this, because he's like, I'm not going to the gala because we don't have anything to celebrate. I mean, it's right here. And I'm like, you know what? Good for you, Scott. You're actually telling the truth. He's like, why? Maybe I don't think our people have anything to celebrate. Bravo for you, Scott. But that's kind of all that this is, and it goes away after that, unfortunately. But this issue sucks. It's way too long, and nobody cares about Krakoa. Give it up. Go away. It's terrible. And nobody likes Kamala Khan either. So, yeah, go to hell. X-Men 19. Oh, God. This book entirely takes place in a cabin with 3 characters, and it's just as boring as you think it is. I barely got through this. I haven't been reading a lot of X-Men, and this is a reason why, because there are 3 characters I don't know, don't care about, and they're in a cabin the whole time. Talking about, well, what do we got to do? Oh no, we got to do something. Okay, should we do something? Oh no, let's sit around and talk about it by a dining room table. Oh no, there's people outside trying to get in and attack our cabin. Uh-oh, time to go somewhere else now. The end. Who cares? Book sucks. Skip it. Typical X-Men. Speaking of typical X-Men, I really thought, now this could be a meh. This is Uncanny X-Men 104.5. That sounds like a rock station or an oldie station. The best part about this book, honestly, is the back here where you get the actual Days of Future Past. You should just read that part. I'm pretty sure we get Claremont on the front of this, the prelude to Days of Future Past, and it just makes me wish that I could read Days of Future Past. And I'm like, oh, you knew that going into this, which is why you tagged it along as Days of Future Past. So just pick up Days of Future Past and be happy that we have that. But yeah, this didn't get me excited for any prelude to anything. It's Claremont, unfortunately, being new Claremont. I'm not excited about this. I don't know why they let Claremont spend all this money on him to write all these things, and they just treat him like a joke at this point. So I don't know. That's very upsetting. Okay. That's it for that. Now on to all right, there were 3 books that I thought were pretty good this week. The first one is Daredevil 23. Preface. Less than half, a little bit half of this with Matt and his girlfriend with the half-shaved head. I don't like that part. I don't really buy their relationship and her and him together. You're trying to console one another. And I don't buy that. But the art in this book is fantastic. And the back half of this book pretty much makes up for that garbage. And I will show you one splash page in here that I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm all on board. And you get Taskmaster here on this splash page, and I'm all in. Hell yeah, I'm here. So that alone is in this fight we get over here. The rest of this book, it's like, yep, I'm here. Okay, you got me. The rest of this book, skip it. You don't really need the rest of that book, but who cares? So I'm giving it a pass because that art is so fantastic, and the fight between Daredevil and Taskmaster is great. And judging by the garbage that we have here, it rose to the top. It's the Eclair hovering just outside of the trash, and it was hovering like an angel over it. So that's where it gets for me. Next up is a one-shot from Hyde Street, a Hyde Street story, Sisterhood of Not Traveling Pants. All right, these one-shots have not been bad. So this one takes place, I don't know when it actually is supposed to take place, but this one I was excited for because I've loved everything that they're doing here with, I love Hyde Street. It's one of my favorite series going on right now. I'm a big horror buff, so obviously I just am attracted to that naturally. But so this one, it's about two friends who grow up and they have their lives, and things happen in their lives that, you know, define who they are, and their coming of age story, these two going off to college together, and one of them wants to join a sorority. They go to a party. Who doesn't do that? Likes to party. Something happens to that character, and, you know, it's that be careful what you wish for sort of thing kind of at the end. But I really enjoyed this a lot. I thought the art is fantastic in this. I really liked the two characters' dialogue. Again, you can tell a story about two female characters, and I won't bash the shit out of it if it's done correctly. And it is done correctly here. And this art is great. I had a really fun time with this. I really do. I really like these characters. I really think their story's compelling. It gripped me. But yeah, but as far as the Ghost Machine, you know, one-offs and then this sort of side questing they got going on here on Hyde Street, I'm all for it. So you know what? Hats off to them. Bravo. Thank you for telling a good story with female characters that I actually care about. So yeah, this was fun. I'll keep reading it. So good on them. And this one was kind of a surprise. Giving it a pass, and this is Spider-Verse versus Venomverse #1. The art's good in this. This is very interesting in the fact that I think this is taking itself too seriously, unfortunately, even with Spider-Ham in here. But when you strip that away from it, I actually kind of enjoy seeing. It's like the Venomverse is like, we have too many Spider-Mans, and the Spider-Mans are like, we have too many Venoms, and I'm like, well, I can agree with you on that. And seeing the dialogue between these two, it's like they're both kind of motivated by the same things. They're saying the same thing. You have Eddie Brock and Peter Parker, I should say. All being like, we all need to stop this, and we need to take out all the Spider-Man, and we need to take out all the Venoms. It's like, okay, and then you get your roll call, and I can appreciate what is that one Spider-Man in here? Yeah, Weapon 8. I really like Weapon 8. If you didn't read the issue with Weapon 8 in here, that thing is terrifying beyond all imagination. So having that Spider-Man back in here is awesome because he does get a pretty good fight scene in this. But the art is great. The fights are very kinetic. And I am I'm a little excited about where this is going to go. I really don't know who's going to live and die in this, which is kind of exciting. I really don't know. So that has me kind of excited for the next issue and where this is going to go. So hats off to them for doing that. So that's kind of it. I know this is a short video, and well, it helps when you don't have two people diametrically opposed yelling and fighting at each other. But yeah, that's kind of it for me. Again, Sean is gone. He'll be gone the next few weeks, so you're just going to get me on the videos for probably the next 2 weeks. So I'm sorry. That sucks. But on the plus side, videos won't be as long, so you don't have to listen to me for as long. And again, I know I'm right all the time, so it does kind of make it easier when I know what's correct in the week. So I appreciate all of you for sticking around this long. Again, thank you all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as Sean says, buy what you like, collect what you want. Don't listen to the haters. And I will be back next week for another video, probably just a one shot again. But yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks, y'all.